going on to something like really positive and a great moment. You were named Woman of the Year by Rake magazine in 2019.
I was.
So how did that come about, and how did you feel? And and was it a surprise?
Was it? Yeah, I think any award you get given is a surprise, because I think for me, I'm always my biggest self-critic. So I always think, well, I've never done enough, or I've got so much more I need to do. And you never really, I don't think anyone looks back on their lives or looks on their success and pats themselves on the back. You're always thinking of the next thing.
Of course.
And that came about because, funny enough, I mean, I'm trying to think actually what the article was about, but from the top of my head, I remember Rake magazine was the first front cover I did at 18. I think I was 18. And it was quite funny, actually. He's a very dear friend of mine now, the editor, but the owner, not the editor of that magazine, through this, actually. But he put me on the front cover, and I was 18, and we were in Shoreditch, and it was snowing, and it was a Get Carter shoot. I don't know if you remember that film. And so the guy had this like full-on trench suit, like trench coat, big suit underneath, umbrella, like very warm. I was there in like hold-ups, a bra and pants.
In the snow.
In the snow. And they were like, just look happy. And I was like, I am so cold. And remember, like, going inside, and we were in a warehouse, so you couldn't even go in and warm up. You're going in just to be out of the snow, but still in a freezing cold warehouse in January. And that is genuinely the back scenes of a modelling shoot. And I remember just actually, chucking myself in and not complaining. And that was one of my first shoots with them, and that was the first cover I did. And then later on, I shot with them again as their main fashion. And then I had this career change. And Waco, who owns Rake magazine, I think, invited me out for lunch one day and was like, I'm really interested in what you're studying. He was getting very much into nutrition himself. And he started to see my journey of that transition. And then I graduated, and then I was invited to European Parliament to give a talk on dietary guidelines. And I was the lead nutritionist on that. And from there, I did a TED talk, and he just kind of started seeing the nutrition side really unfold and that transition. I think that's where the Woman of the Year came from, was just kind of the dedication towards that side of things, actually. And but it was just quite funny because what he was writing about in the end was completely different to how he met me in a scenario in like underwear in the middle of Shoreditch to then kind of speaking in Parliament. So I think the article was kind of based around that, and the goals that I have to really kind of help prevent metabolic disorders like type 2 diabetes that can be really, really prevented through looking at someone's diet and not just putting them on metformin and medicating them, like trying to get more to the root causes of actually how we can reverse diabetes, because we know that we can do that now. So a lot of the article is based around actually that.
Brilliant.